See you tomorrow.
Woo! Let's go.
Dubs in the chat, baby. Come on.
Fever now! NC's career high, period.
Caitlin Clark, masterclass. A beauty, perfection. A 45-point double. A 45-point double.
Here, Caitlin Clark done turned up on you. Caitlin Clark put on a spectacular show. Chef's Kiss versus the Seattle Storm. Oh yeah, I put on my shirt and tie because damn it, we mean business.
Hey everyone, and welcome back. If you're a fan of WNBA news, basketball history, and the biggest stories surrounding today's top players, you're in the right place. Let's jump straight into today's story. What you're about to see is more than just another league record. It's a milestone that could be remembered for a long time. Caitlin Clark has officially become the fastest player in WNBA history to make 200 career three-pointers, reaching the mark in spectacular fashion. What makes this achievement even more exciting is not only the record itself, but also the incredible way she accomplished it, which has basketball fans everywhere talking. You won't want to miss what happened. If you're enjoying this content, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Believe it or not, more than 93% of our viewers still haven't subscribed. It only takes a second, it's completely free, and your support truly helps us grow. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. Now, let's get back to the story. The moment Caitlin Clark hit her milestone three-pointer, she made WNBA history by becoming the fastest player ever to reach 200 career three-pointers. Take a moment to appreciate how remarkable that is in a league filled with some of the greatest shooters of all time. Just as some critics started to believe the pressure, tough defense, injuries, and non-stop expectations might finally slow her down, Clark answered in the biggest way possible. She reached 200 career three-pointers in only 74 games, breaking the previous record of 81 games set by WNBA legend Katie Smith. Even more impressive, that record was only part of an unforgettable night. Clark finished with an incredible all-around performance, scoring 45 points, dishing out 10 assists, collecting 4 steals, blocking 2 shots, making 6 three-pointers, and leading the Indiana Fever to a thrilling 110-107 win over the Seattle Storm. She also became the first player in WNBA history to record at least 40 points and 10 assists in the same game, while her 45 points set a new Indiana Fever franchise record. Today we're taking a closer look at this historic performance, the pressure Clark continues to face, and why reaching 200 three-pointers so quickly represents much more than a single milestone. Whether you support her or doubt her, it's becoming harder to ignore that Caitlin Clark is reshaping WNBA history at an incredible pace. If you don't want to miss more stories like this, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications because moments this special deserve more than a quick highlight. This performance deserved the full story, and it started with a player facing plenty of questions. Caitlin Clark had recently returned from a back injury that kept her out of the lineup, and she was still working to regain her rhythm while easing back into regular minutes. Her shooting from 3 had been struggling, making just 3 of her previous 19 attempts, with her season three-point percentage sitting around 32% before the game against Seattle. For any shooter, a stretch like that can shake confidence. One missed shot turns into another, doubt begins to grow, and players start thinking instead of trusting their instincts. But for Clark, every cold streak becomes a major topic of discussion. Every missed shot is analyzed, every decision is debated, and every reaction becomes a headline. Some people questioned whether opposing defenses had figured her out. Others wondered if she was still dealing with her injury, while some criticized her shot selection, and others wanted her to shoot even more. That's the reality of being one of the biggest names in women's basketball. She is rarely allowed to have an average game. She is either making history or facing questions about what went wrong. The best shooters, however, are judged by how they respond when the shots are not falling, and against Seattle, Clark played with complete confidence from the opening tip. Indiana pushed the pace, and Clark did much more than look for her own offense. She created scoring chances for her teammates and forced Seattle's defense into impossible decisions. Defenders had to choose between guarding her far beyond the three-point line or staying with Indiana's cutters and shooters. Step too close, and she attacked the open space. Give her too much room, and she confidently fired from deep. Send extra help, and passing lanes opened for easy opportunities. That is why Clark's impact goes far beyond her scoring. Her shooting ability doesn't just add points to the scoreboard, it changes the way an entire defense has to play, and on this unforgettable night, that advantage became impossible to stop Caitlin. Clark finished the game by shooting 11 of 18 from the field and an outstanding 6 of 10 from three-point range. She also attacked the basket aggressively, earning 19 free throw attempts and making 17 of them. Those numbers show this was far more than a great shooting night. Clark scored from deep, pushed the ball in transition, drove into the defense, drew fouls, and created quality opportunities for her teammates. While the 200 career three-pointer milestone grabbed the headlines, her complete performance proved she is much more than an elite shooter. She can impact the game in every area, which makes this record even more meaningful. Clark reached 200 career three-pointers in just 74 games, breaking the previous record of 81 games held by WNBA legend Katie Smith. That may seem like a small difference, but in a league where every team builds its defense around stopping her, it makes the achievement even more impressive. Opponents know exactly what Clark wants to do. They guard her well beyond the three-point line, play physical defense, deny her the ball, and force her into difficult situations. Even with all that attention, she continues to make history. That's what separates a great statistic from a truly remarkable record. But the game was far from over. Indiana needed more than a milestone because Seattle refused to go away. After leading earlier, the Fever found themselves trailing by 8 points midway through the fourth quarter, putting the game in serious doubt. Instead of letting her historic night end in a loss, Clark took over. She scored 16 points in the final quarter and made winning plays on both ends of the floor. One of the biggest moments came on defense when, with less than a minute remaining and the score tied, she raced back to block what looked like an easy Seattle fast break layup. It was the kind of hustle play that many people do not expect from a player best known for her long-range shooting and passing. Moments later, Clark delivered again, knocking down a clutch three-pointer from the left wing to give Indiana a 105-102 lead. Although the Fever still had work to do before the game was decided, Clark sealed the win by knocking down 4 clutch free throws in the final 17 seconds, helping Indiana secure a thrilling 110-107 victory. That closing stretch showed everything that makes her special: a key defensive hustle, a huge block in a tie game, a go-ahead three-pointer, and 4 pressure-packed free throws. It was more than just scoring, it was complete control of the game. Clark understood that a historic individual performance would not mean as much without a win, and she made sure Indiana finished the job. By the end of the night, she had already become the fastest player in WNBA history to reach 200 career three-pointers, recorded the highest scoring game of her career, and added another unforgettable chapter to the league's history. This is also why the conversation should go beyond popularity. Clark entered the WNBA with enormous attention, bringing passionate supporters, tough critics, high expectations, and constant comparisons. Some see every achievement as proof that she is changing the league, while others point to the stars who helped build the WNBA long before she arrived. The truth is that both can be appreciated at the same time. Clark's accomplishments become even more meaningful because of the legends who came before her. Katie Smith's record carried real significance, which is exactly why breaking it is such a major achievement. Every generation builds on the one before it, and that's how sports continue to grow. Records are not meant to erase history. They honor it while pushing the game to new heights. Clark reaching 200 career three-pointers in only 74 games does not take anything away from past greats. Instead, it adds another remarkable chapter to the league's story. It also fits perfectly with the style of play that made her famous before she entered the WNBA. Her deep shooting range has always been one of her biggest strengths. She doesn't just shoot from beyond the three-point line, she regularly forces defenders to guard her several feet farther out, changing the way entire defenses have to play and making traditional defensive strategies far less effective. What makes Caitlin Clark so difficult to defend is that what looks like a safe distance for most players is already within her shooting range. That forces defenders to step farther away from the basket, stretching the defense and creating more space across the floor. As a result, driving lanes open up, passing angles improve, and her teammates get better scoring opportunities. That's why Clark's long-range shooting and passing work so well together. Her shooting range forces defenses to react, and those reactions create chances for everyone else, while the the record shows, she reached 200 career three-pointers faster than anyone in WNBA history. It doesn't capture all the extra baskets that happened because defenses were so focused on stopping her next shot. This performance also came at a key point in her career. As every young player enters the league, opponents study their habits, learn their favorite spots, and adjust their defensive plans. Clark has faced that challenge from day one with physical, defenders, double teams, full court pressure, changing matchups, and constant contact. Like any young star, she has experienced turnovers, difficult shooting nights, injuries, frustration, and games where the defense got the better of her. But real growth comes from working through those struggles, not avoiding them. Against Seattle, Clark showed a complete version of her game. Her deep shooting was outstanding, her playmaking remained elite, and she also made an impact with free throws, defensive effort, poise, and clutch execution late in the game. That's an exciting sign for Indiana and a tough one for future opponents, because the player known for her incredible shooting range is becoming an all-around star. Head coach Stephanie White called Clark's final stat line almost unbelievable, while Clark said she believed and pictured a performance like this before the game even started. That mindset is what confidence is really about. It isn't expecting every shot to go in, it's trusting yourself enough to keep taking the next one after a miss. Instead of letting her recent shooting slump change her approach, Clark stayed committed to her game, and that belief led to 6 made three-pointers, including the shot that gave Indiana the lead for good. Every great shooter follows the same path, taking shots, missing some, hearing criticism, putting in more work, and coming back ready to shoot again. Fans usually see only the final result, but players experience everything that happens behind the scenes, which is why the real story is about perseverance and growth, not proving critics wrong on social media. Caitlin Clark's biggest challenge is now living up to the incredible standards she has already set. When a player keeps making history, fans stop wondering if another record is coming and start asking, which one will be next? That's the pressure that comes with an extraordinary career. Even a double-double or a 20.8 assist game can seem ordinary because expectations are so high. Before Clark entered the WNBA, the fastest player to reach 200 career three-pointers needed 81 games. Clark lowered that mark to just 74 games, creating a new target for future stars. Young players are watching more than amazing long-range shooting. They are seeing how deeper shooting, smart playmaking, and fast decision-making can change the game. Coaches and teams may continue building offenses around those strengths. While Clark is not the only player shaping basketball's future, she has become one of its biggest influences. In only 74 career games, she has already reached 200 three-pointers, recorded more than 600 assists faster than anyone in league history, and became the first player to post a 40-point, 10-assist game in the WNBA. Of course, sports never guarantee future success. Injuries, team progress, playoff results, and longevity all matter. But records tell the story of what has already been achieved, and Clark's accomplishments have already secured her place among the fastest rising stars in WNBA history. Caitlin Clark reached this historic milestone during one of the best performances of her career. She scored 45 points, led Indiana's comeback, created scoring chances for her teammates, bounced back from a recent shooting slump, and made game-changing plays on both offense and defense to secure the win. This night proved that her incredible shooting was never just a college success story. Even after more than 2 seasons of WNBA teams studying and preparing for her, she continues to break records and deliver when it matters most. Her recent struggles never changed her confidence or willingness to take responsibility in big moments. As expected, fans will celebrate, critics will debate, and analysts will continue comparing her with players from different eras. Conversations about rankings, teammates, officiating, and expectations will continue. But while those discussions go on, Clark keeps adding to her remarkable resume. She reached 200 career three-pointers in only 74 games, set a new WNBA record, scored 45 points with 10 assists, broke the Indiana Fever franchise scoring record, became the first player in league history to record a 40-point, 10-assist game, and knocked down the go-ahead three-pointer when her team needed it most. Those are not opinions or predictions, they are facts. The best answer to criticism has always been strong performance, and on this night, Clark let the scoreboard, the record book, and the final results speak for themselves. The biggest question now is not whether she will make more history, but how soon the next record will fall. Let us know in the comments if you think Caitlin Clark is already the greatest three-point shooter in WNBA history, or if she still has more to accomplish before earning that title. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more WNBA news, records, and analysis, because if this pace continues, Caitlin Clark is only getting started.